Championship game day here in Columbia, Maryland, on the campus of Howard Community College, as the number 2 seed CCBC Essex Knights and the number 1 seed Howard Dragons will face off for the Region 20 Division II Championship. Mark Winkle bringing you the action today as the two squads meet each other for the second time this year. The first time in the regular season, the Dragons came away with a 2-1 win at Essex in a game where the Knights were ranked number 1 in the country and the Dragons were able to upset them. And now it is in the Dragons' lair on the friendly grass of Howard. Two teams are lining up. They were a little switched up on which side was which, and now they have figured it out. The Knights will be in the navy blue with the yellow trim, going to the goal on the left on your screen, and the Dragons in their home whites with the gold trim going to the goal on the right in the first half. One last pep talk for the Dragons as they come out of their huddle. Two sides are ready to go underway, and here we go with the opening kickoff as Nichols will send it deep right off the bat as Harriets will try to chase it down, and it will roll all the way to the waiting hands of Essex goalkeeper Jennifer Holland. Holland, the freshman out of Nottingham, Maryland, stands 5'10" tall. Elbow into Janish, plays, and a little collision there. Harriets, who is bumped off, she'll play it through. Nichols is behind the defense already. Nichols with a shot, and that will go high and wide, but a good start for the Dragons. As I was mentioning, Jennifer Holland was quite strong in that first game and has been strong all year long, averaging just a half a goal allowed per game, just 4 goals allowed in 8 games with an 81% save percentage and 6 shutouts in those 8 games. As for the Dragons goalkeeper Haley Murray, well, she's got 6 shutouts as well with an 8-0 record, has only had to save 18 shots all year long, a .25 goal allowed average with a 90% save percentage. So she is an incredibly impressive goalkeeper that has really not been tested much this season, and very likely will see more shots this game than she has seen in the last few, to be sure. The two teams in their traditional forms, it looks like, with the Knights running a 4-4-2 and Howard with that 3-5-2 that has been so effective this season. As the right back of Howard, Josie Stubbs, will kick that out of play. That back three of Howard has been dominant all year long, which is why they can afford to have 5 midfielders, with Stubbs on the right, Janish in the middle, and Jackson on the left. Midfield from left to right for Howard. Stangerlin on the left, Nauman, Zubak, Hatmaker, and Harriets will be on the near side. Lillian Scott up top with the returning All-American Madeline Nichols. For the Knights, this is Servetis, who will throw it in. She's playing left back with Carolyn Warnes, Sam Wilson, and Lydia Morris joining her on the defensive line. This ball will be played into the corner. McGarvey will chase down. It stays in. One-on-one with Stubbs, and Stubbs takes the ball cleanly. Oh, or not. The referee will say that she clipped the ankle. And just like that, Essex will have a good chance here with what essentially equates to a corner kick. This will be Sam Wilson coming from her center back position to take the free kick. Lifts it to the back post. Bounces. Shot. And that will go off the outside of the post and out for a goal kick. And it is going to be Zeta Holloway with the first chance for the Knights in this game. And already Essex has more shots than the Dragons faced in the entirety of their semifinal game, where they beat Potomac State 6-0, not allowing a single shot all game, had 52 in a one-sided affair. For Essex, a similar look as they beat Southern Maryland 10-0 in their semifinal game. And that will go out of play for another Essex throw-in. Janish will try to cover for a teammate, takes 2 swings and then goes to the ground. Play on Nauman, trying to wrestle for position with Riley Fackler. Long shot, and it's just wide. As Fackler got all of that one, and it looked like it was hunting for the corner of the net and just went wide. Murray was trying to track it down, but was very close to getting that top left corner of the net. So far, it's the Knights who are on the front foot. Low kick by Murray. It's the Knights that are first 2. Turn by McGarvey. And Hatmaker is forced to just clear it out. This is Kara Dietrich, the returning All-American from Division I last year, has been nothing short of phenomenal. 22 goals and 8 assists in 8 games. And you will very likely see the number 7 of Howard, Kayla Hatmaker, just shadowing her all game long. Hatmaker playing in that defensive midfielder role is going to just do her best to not let Dietrich even get control. Cross in towards Dietrich, laid off by McGarvey. And a good job by Nauman to make it uncomfortable for Fackler. And again, it's the Knights who get control. Servetus. Pinching in is Hosier. And now Howard will get possession. Now Nichols will take a look upfield. Doesn't see any teammates, so she's going to try to take it herself. Tries to find Stangerlin, who is making the run, and just a little too far forward. But forces Sam Wilson to just kick it out for the Knights. And another foul by the Dragons, as this time it's going to be Nichols who is called for the hold, I believe. This will be Wilson again. Booming kick down the field, headed away by Janish. McGarvey, she takes to the corner. Harriet's going to chase her all the way down from the midfield roll. She lays it off to Servetus. Long shot on the left foot, and Murray had that tracked all the way and just lets it sail high of the crossbar. And head coach Seagrove's already making a sub, not liking the pace of her team so far. Entering the game for the Dragons, number 3, Tessa Sonati. So Sonati will come in with Nauman taking a break as the Dragons try to get something going in the middle of the field. And it looks like Sonati will take over at right mid with Harriet's moving to a central midfield role. Scott just kicks it up the field. It is Dietrich. Dietrich, who's under double coverage. Headed back in towards Dietrich. Dietrich gets it under control. Cuts it back to her right foot. Flipped forward. This is a danger. Shot goes wide, and I believe Murray got a piece of it. She did, and a big save for Murray, who came rushing off her line to just get a piece of it and get it wide of the net. Another great opportunity. That was Sam Dorr, who was in on goal. But Murray shuts it down. And it has been all night so far in the first 8 minutes of this game. Hosier hits it in. Dangerous ball. Pinballing around the box. Still sitting around. And finally, it will be Celia Jackson who clears it out. Have not seen Howard look this tentative all season long. Perfect day for soccer here. A little bit of overcast, but just a little breeze. Low 70s. Perfect weather for this soccer game. And this will be deflected out as Faulkner, the sophomore from Perry Hall, has really given the Dragons trouble so far in this game as she wins another corner kick. Hosier will go for the right-footed outswinger. She'll hit it straight on across the net. Murray gets a touch on it, and it looks like it was tapped out by Warrens, who couldn't get control of it, and it will be out for a goal kick. Murray, long kick forward. Nichols tries to head it forward, but again, those Dragons forwards right now are just isolated up front. Stangerlin trying to fight for possession. It's going to be won out by Holloway. She'll hit it to the corner. Stubbs steps up. And it's going to be Servetus who's going to serve it into the box. Jackson will make sure to just usher this out of play for a goal kick. And it has been about 7 minutes since the ball has crossed the midline. Dragons need a big kick from Murray to try to get out. She hits a line drive. Scott, she'll flick the header forward, but again, it's controlled by Knights, and they'll just keep it in. Servetus goes to McGarvey. Stubbs will just play it safe. To the corner goes Lydia McGarvey, and she will lose control of that one. That will go out for a Howard throw-in, but they are pinned in their own corner. That's hit to the middle by the Dragons. McGarvey gets in. Shot will go wide. Or excuse me, that was Zeta Holloway. As the Dragons failed on that clearance, and it just went right into the danger zone. And fortunate that Holloway could not put that on net. And Coach Seagrove's really not happy with her midfield as they are just not able to get any control of this game right now. Continuing to bark out orders at her team to try to get control. It is Zubak who will do just that. Zubak dribbles up, tries to play it through to Stangerlin, and taken away by the Knights. Holloway passes to the middle for Dorr. And Scott comes from behind and takes it away, but then just hits it upfield blindly and not looking for a teammate on the pass. She is fortunate that the ball goes out for a throw-in. Handball, yep, and the referee caught that one as Faulkner played it off her forearm. This will be Janish who will be able to finally get it past the half line for Howard and perhaps hit it through. She'll go for a low hit, and Scott on her back foot, Warren stepped in front of her, and now it is going to be McGarvey. McGarvey dribbles right past Stubbs. Goes to the corner. She'll cross it in. Almost finds Dietrich. It is a Holloway on the back post and saved by Murray. And mentioned before that Murray has not been tested a lot this year, but boy, right now she is showing her quality. She makes another big save. Samantha Hosier hits it into the box again, right towards the penalty spot. Volley shot by Faulkner, saved by Murray. Murray will punt it in the direction of Nichols. Headed away and kept in nicely by Morris. It's going to be Dietrich who's able to track it down and takes it away from Celia Jackson. Dietrich goes for Faulkner. Swings it around, played back into the corner, and hit away. Now the Dragons could counter. Nichols shut down again, but she'll get the inside position. Morris really all over Nichols, and there's a trip behind the play, and referee in the middle just tells them to both get up and keep playing. Servetus goes to Door, and this time Stubbs is in the right place to intercept that pass. Servetus flicked forward on the header by Faulkner. Dietrich, one-on-one with Hatmaker. Hatmaker wins the battle. And I believe that tipped off of Dietrich, and it is caught by the referee. So it'll be a Howard throw-in, and they'll be able to make a substitution. Entering in the game for the Dragons, number 16, Jenna Nauman. So Nauman will come back into the game as Stangerlin will get a quick break before she will very likely get right back in there. Zubak trying to fight off Dietrich for the possession, and it is going to be Dietrich who wins the throw-in. Headed forward by Door. Dietrich, she lines up a shot, chips it over the crossbar, and another good opportunity for the Knights. And Dragons will make another substitution, this time at the forward spot. Entering the game for the Dragons, number 24, Yassine Kamara. So Yassine Kamara will enter the game, a much different player than the player she replaces in Lillian Scott. Scott more of the tricky, crafty player, and Kamara much more of the physically dominating presence. So we'll see if that is able to help the Dragons, especially when they need to hold up play and try to gain more possession. Janish with time and doesn't quite hit that the way she wanted to, and that will just go out of play for another throw-in. Nichols and will win a throw-in as that was misplayed by the Knights. Nichols looks for the quick throw-in, but nobody's paying attention. Now she's going to go to the corner. Booted straight up into the air. And a foul is called on the Dragons again. Played short, Servetus. That one given away. Nichols puts on the pressure, but Knight's able to pull it back. Nichols asking for help from her teammates to push this. Now it's given away. Nauman tries to go wide. Servetus just boots it right back. Hatmaker and Dietrich chasing after it. Dietrich closes it down and gets control. Looking to try to get around Hatmaker. She does just that. Dietrich into the box. Dietrich with the shot, saved by Murray. And you see the individual talent of Kara Dietrich, as she just did that one all hard by herself. But Murray just gets it down. Now there's a good through ball. Nichols is going to beat. Oh, no, she will not, as Carolyn Warrens got there in front of Nichols. But that looked like it was a dangerous fast break for the Dragons. And it looks like right now that's their only opportunity to get the ball forward, is on a fast break. Booted forward by Holloway. And headed out by Janish, and Howard can't control it. So again, it will give the Knights the opportunity to push up past the midline. Zubak trying to win it off of Faulkner, unable to do so, but the Knights will just retreat to their own territory. Played forward by Warrens. McGarvey will force Stubbs to just hit it to the outside, and Stubbs had more room than she realized. Nobody was really talking to her. She does well on that one, and at least Nauman is able to clear it out. Kamara looks to put pressure on the Knights. And nice triangle passing again by the Knights as they'll get out of that. Played to the corner by Hosier. Holloway tries to get it to Dietrich, shut down. It comes back to Holloway. Holloway squares it to Hosier. She'll try a shot, saved by Murray. Murray already with 5 saves in this game. She's only had 18 all season long in the previous 8 games. She will earn her keep in this one. Stubbs heads it wide. Sonati will chase it down. She'll get to it. 2 knights around her. She'll kick it around Servetus. What a play by Sonati. And her second touch goes out of bounds. A good effort by Sonati to try to get the ball forward for Howard. Stubbs heads it towards the middle, but it's going to be Dietrich who gets to it for the Knights. Played forward by Hosier. Gets it back to Dietrich. Dietrich with the shot. That one goes high as Dietrich went for all power there. And the ball just sails over the crossbar. The trio of Howard Center midfielders right now are essentially playing on the back line. They are really deep right now. And it is just isolating the Dragon forwards. And the Knights are just pushing their whole team forward. Now it's going to be Harriet's on the far side trying to get a fast break. And now you'll finally see the white shirts moving forward as a group. Throws in Kamara, tries to win it off, and again the Knights win the 50-50 ball. Jackson has time. Finds Harriet's. Harriet's will try to boot it deep. Sonati on the back post is wide open, but just can't get there before Holland scoops it up. A good look there by Harriet's to try to catch the Knights off guard. Holloway plays it to the corner for Dietrich. Hatmaker has the inside position, but she's under pressure again. Again, Dietrich able to get a piece of that. Tries to win it off the foot of Hatmaker and does just that. Dorr plays it back. Kamara with the high pressure. Servetus gets rid of it early. And it is just hit out of play by Nauman as they're just trying to catch their breath in the Dragons midfield. It will roll out and it will be a throw-in for the Knights. Entering the game for the Knights, number 9, Asha Hill. And for the Dragons, number 2, Talia Stangerlin. Stangerlin back in on that left midfield role. And for the Knights, number 9, Asha Hill makes her first appearance for the game. Servetus throws it into a wide open Hosier, but now Kamara checks back and takes the ball away. Nauman again just forced to boot it up with nowhere to go to for a pass. Sonati with good pressure, trying to take it off of Warrens. Hosier switches the field. Played out nicely by Jackson. Now Stangerlin's got room to run. She'll hit it deep for Nichols. It's going to be a foot race between Nichols and Wilson. And Wilson gets it out of play for the Knights. Out of play for another Howard throw-in. This is Celia Jackson all the way up from her defensive position to take the throw-in. Finds the chest of Stangerlin, and it's given away. Knights will just boot it out of play. Janish finds Stubbs on the wide. She's got some room. Gets it to Snotty. Snotty tries to get through Servetus, and Servetus just runs through her, and a foul is called. And now this is going to be the Dragons' best opportunity with Janish coming forward. We'll be able to put this one into a good spot in the box. Dragons put 6 bodies into the next box who will hold the 18-yard line with 9 players on defense. Janish chips it in. This is dangerous. Nichols with the header. It's a goal! Maddie Nichols scores it on the header off of the beautiful cross of Claire Janish, and the Dragons stun the Knights to take the lead. have to say it's against the run of play, but in the end, all that matters is the Dragons take the lead 1-0. Dragons goal, scored by number 6, Madeline Nichols. Assisted by number 12, Clara Janish. For Nichols, her 13th goal of the year. And Janice, she'll pick up just her second assist of the season. But what a perfect ball that was in. Now, the question is, can the Dragons hold on? Sonati plays it out. And that will go out of play. And it will be a throw in for Howard, and they'll make another sub. Entering in the game for the Dragons, number 14, Anna Burns. So Burns will replace Kamara and will go into the front line. She's playing in a deeper forward role right now with Nichols really up by herself. Good hustle by Burns to put some pressure on the Knights. They'll be able to pass around it though. Hosier. Nauman plays it deep. Burns will chase it down. And it will be played out by Morris, but it is going to be the Dragons who again are able to push forward. 20 minutes remaining in this first half. The Knights with 11 shots so far. Howard with just 2. But it is just the 1 goal for Howard on the scoreboard. Jackson pinches forward. Played in by Nichols. Finds Stangerlin. Stangerlin lays it off for Harriets. Harriets will try to play it forward to Sonati. And a key interception by Caroline Warrens. And now it's going to be Hill working up on Harriets. Hill still with it. Dribbles to the middle. Gives it off to Holloway. Holloway plays it forward, trying to find Sam Dorr. And Stubbs with a good job to play it out. Faulkner with a good battle, trying to get the ball off of Harriets, and will take possession for the Knights. Dietrich will try a long shot, and that one will just curl wide. Another good opportunity for Dietrich. And Howard will make another sub. And during the game for the Dragons, number 4, Madison Zubak. So Zubak will replace Sonati, and Harriets will move back out wide with Zubak going to the middle of the midfield for Howard. Played long by Murray. Nichols has room. She plays it up. Harriets is behind the defense. Harriets dribbles into the box. Harriets to the end line. Tries to cross it low. And it is Holland who is there to pick it up. Jennifer Holland. Who's now only given up 5 goals all year long. 3 of them to the Dragons. Stubbs plays it into Nichols, who tries to head it to the middle to herself. Rolling over the ball is Warrens, and Warrens continues to take possession. Dietrich lays it off for Dorr. Dorr plays it wide, but Stangerlin is there, not Holloway. And now it's Howard going the other way. Now they're getting some positive momentum. It's going to be Zubak playing in for Stangerlin. Stangerlin, she'll take a touch to the middle, goes into the box, and will not be able to keep it in as she dribbles it right off the end line. And Stangerlin, so far not playing with her usual amount of physical dominance, but just going up against a tough player on that sideline in the form of Sam Wilson. Entering the game for the Knights, number 1, Jessica Morris. So Jessica Morris will enter the game for the first time in this game as she will replace Zaida Holloway on the right side of that midfield for the Knights. Ball bounces right to Jackson. Flips it forward, but too far for Stangerlin, and that will deflect off of the Howard player. These two teams are playing for a Region 20 championship, but in the end, both will advance to the Mid-Atlantic District Tournament, with the winners of Region 10, that is Cape Fear out of North Carolina, and Sussex County out of New Jersey, joining these two teams for a 4-team district tournament. Semifinals to be played on Friday, May 21st. Both games will be played at 3 p.m. with the matchups to be decided after this game. Played forward, Dietrich tries to get around Hatmaker, but Hatmaker gets into position. Now it's Zubak trying to go up against a couple of Knights. Does a good job of winning it off Servetus, and then Servetus takes it right back. Stubbs pinches forward. Good ball through the legs of Servetus and knocked off the ball, and that is going to be a foul called on Caroline Warrens. And this is a very similar position to where the Dragons just scored a few minutes ago. And once again, it will be the dangerous right foot of Clara Janish going forward. Janish goes for a little bit of a lower kick this time, stolen away by Faulkner. But Nauman comes back to take it away. Janish will try again. This time she gets some more height into it. Searches for Nichols. Nichols heads it forward to herself and can't get there before Holland picks it up in her mitts. Holland punts forward, headed back into play by Zubak, and now it's Howard who's doing a better job of keeping the Knights pinned. Zubak hits it to the corner. Nichols will get there first. Nichols dribbles to the corner. Left-footed cross, knocked away by Warrens. Some consternation between the two teams. It looked like Nichols got hit after she had kicked the ball. Stubbs plays it forward to Harriets. Harriets gets around Hill. Hill just puts her shoulder into Harriets and wins the ball. Servetus plays it out. Finds Dietrich, who's come all the way back, deep in her own half to get control. She'll play it forward. Dora is going to chase after it, but she's got two Dragons to go through and will be unable to get a touch on the play. Warrens comes forward to win it off of Nauman. Hill chips it into the far post. Jackson just lets it go past her. Tries to shield it out and does just that for a goal kick. Entering the game for the Dragons, number 9, Lillian Scott. So Scott will replace Burns in the front line. Scott immediately gets involved in the play, tries to head it across to Harriet, taken away by Servetus. Servetus is going to dribble all the way up. Servetus will try a long shot. Saved by Murray. That ball was going into the top left corner, if not for the interception by Murray. What a save by her. And there are not many keepers in this level that would be able to make that kind of save where she tracked it well, was in the right spot, jumped at the right time, and able to cleanly catch it. Now it's Howard going back the other way. Nichols plays it forward. Scott's in. Lillian Scott. And it is going to be taken away by Hosier at the last second. Another good opportunity created by superstar sophomore Madeline Nichols. Now it is going to be Jackson. Tries to get it forward to Stangerlin. Another shove in the back. And this time it will be called by the referee. And you can see all the way from over here that elbow going forward with the Knights player. I believe that was Faulkner. And from the referee's point of view, if you see an elbow go out, you're going to call that every time. So now it's Janish from the far side wing. Will be able to do an in-swinger into the box. Get some good height at this one. This is actually going right towards the goal. Headed by Nichols wide of the net. And right now, that is the most dangerous combination the Dragons have, is the right foot of Janish and the head of Nichols. Wilson hits it towards the sideline. Stubbs, first time, hits it right up the line. Cervetis has some room to work with. Plays to the middle. Zubak is going to jump in and pinch in. She plays it forward to Nichols. Nichols with the shot. Saved by Holland as Holland read that one all the way. And Nichols just didn't quite get a lot of power onto that one. But still a good save by Jennifer Holland. One bounce off the punt. Warrens will find Hosier. Hosier will play it long with Morris chasing it. Jackson unable to get around Morris. Morris fighting for inside position. Morris gets it around Jackson, but Janish is there to clean it up. And it will be out for a throw-in and a quadruple substitution. 2 from each team. Entering the game for the Knights, number 18. Number 18, Lydia McGarvey. And number 20, Zeta Holloway for the Dragons. Number 3, Tessa Sonati. And number 21, Juliana Hill. So for the Knights, McGarvey and Holloway enter in with Hill and Morris going out. For the Dragons, Sonati and their Hill will enter the game with Nauman and Stangerland headed to the bench. Holloway gets immediately involved. She goes to the corner and taken away by Sonati. Beautiful bowling form there by Dragons employee Kevin Elza, who rolled it beautifully to the Knights player to be able to throw it back in. And Nichols coming all the way back will play it out, and it's going to be a corner kick for the Knights. It will be their 4th corner of the game. Dragons yet to see their first. And with 7:30 left, it will be Cervetis who will go all the way across to hit a left foot in-swinger into the box. She puts it right on the spot, headed by Hosier, and that will go wide. Good job by Hosier to rise above everyone else, but couldn't get the header on target. Murray puts a slice on that one, and that was not her best effort. Will go out for a Knights throw-in. Good job by Faulkner. Gets it back to Servetus. She'll chip it into the box. Dietrich gets control. Kara Dietrich, and it's blocked away by Hatmaker. I mentioned earlier in the game that Hatmaker was going to be assigned with shadowing that superstar Kara Dietrich. And so far, while Dietrich has gotten her shots off, Hatmaker has been in position to really make it uneasy for her. Dietrich does have 5 shots in this first half. So a foul by the Dragons. Now it's going to be Essex's opportunity. Cross into the box. It will go all the way to the back post. McGarvey fighting off Nichols. Nichols trying to play through. And it will be a throw-in as she was able to take the ball out off her cleanly. Entering the game for the Knights, number 16, Lydia Morris. So it's going to be a Morris for Morris swap as Lydia Morris replaces Jessica Morris. Servetus all the way down in the Dragons' corner to take the throw-in. Zubak with a double header. The second try gets it out of play. Zubak plays it out. Scott puts Warren under pressure. Servetus throws it in quickly. Faulkner had some room, but Stubbs plays it out. Scott trying to chase down Warren. Hill now trying to get it away, but played in by Wilson. Collision of the feet. And somehow Hosier is able to come away with the ball. Played in deep, and now it's going to be McGarvey. McGarvey's got room to run into the box. McGarvey comes in, cut off by Stubbs. Still on McGarvey. She'll try to play it through to Dietrich, and Hatmaker clears it out. Snotty can't get it off the foot of Hosier. Hosier will try a long shot, and Murray will just watch it sail wide. Entering the game for the Dragons, number 24, Yassine Kamara. So Kamara will come in for Hill with 3.5 remaining in the first half. Hill, with those fresh legs, was able to put some pressure out, and that's what Coach Kate Seagroves was looking for, and trying to rotate out those forwards. Almost playing it like it's an indoor soccer game to just go out there, sprint, and come off, then repeat. Snotty able to find Kamara, but Kamara loses control, tries to take it off of Hosier. Faulkner plays it back to her defensive line. Servetus under pressure. And Harriets comes all the way back and wins it. Nichols will play it long. It's going to be another foot race as Scott and Warrens will chase after it. Scott just trying to contain Warrens. And Warrens way too easily is able to turn the ball and go up the field. Now it's Kamara. Taken away again by Caroline Warren. She is having a great half. Knights now begging for midfield and forwards to check back to get a pass through. Dietrich does just that. She'll get it. Plays forward, and Holloway is in acres of space. Holloway one-on-one with Stubbs. Holloway He dribbles in, shot, goal! Zeta Holloway and the Dragons were caught off guard there as their defense was just nowhere to be seen. Stubbs had to go on a 2-versus-1. And just like that, with under 2 minutes remaining in the first half, Holloway has tied this game up for the Knights. Knights goal scored by number 20, Zeta Holloway. So for Holloway, that is her 4th goal of the season. And what a big one it is. Kamara trying to muscle off the Knights. Push in the back by Dietrich is not seen. Hosier. Zubak comes flying through and takes it off her foot. Zanatti, nice turn, tries to play to the corner. Jackson will take a second attempt to get it forward. Now it's Zubak. Comes bombing run up. Played out by Wilson. And just 1 minute remaining. One last chance for the Dragons. Try to get forward. Janish takes a look upfield. She'll hit it to the box. Scott is in and can't get a touch on it. What a ball in by Claire Janish. And there were 2 Dragons there, neither of them able to get through to get a touch on it. Now it's the Knights who are going to try to take another shot at it. Nichols steals it away. She'll play it up. Sonati is chasing after it. And Morris plays it out. 25 seconds remaining. Nichols looking for somewhere to go with it. Finds Sonati. Sonati will take a couple tries at it. Will toe poke it into the box. Misplayed by Warren. Second try will get it out. And with time ticking away, that will be the end of the first half. And what a first half it was, as we are tied 1-1 after 45 minutes of play. We'll take a quick break before we come back to take a look at those first half stats. Back here at halftime, and I am joined by CCBC Essex Sports Information Director Rocco Jeppy. Rocco, tell me, what did you see in that first half?
I saw a Knights team that had a lot of opportunities, a lot of chances, and people think baseball is a game of inches. This game has been a game of inches. I think your keeper, I think the Dragons keeper, has just played outstanding. I mean, 6 saves in the first. She had one save where she grabbed it as it was hitting the crossbar. She's really athletic, tall girl, and really athletic for being that tall. But I think if the Knights come out and keep the same intensity, I think things look good, and that was one of the things in the article that I wrote the other day. I asked Coach Fiedler about this game, and he said they needed to match the Dragons' intensity, which is something we didn't do a few weeks ago when Howard beat us 2-1. We didn't match the intensity, and I think so far they get a passing grade in the first half of this game.
17 shots to 4 in that first half. Essex really had the ball in the Howard half for most of the first 20 minutes plus, and yet somehow the Dragons scored first. Do you think the Knights were a little caught off guard by that when they Dragons were able to come forward and take that goal?
Yeah, I don't know if I would say off guard. I think it was a bad foul that gave the set piece to Howard and allowed him to put the ball in the box. But I wouldn't say off guard. I'd say bad foul set up that scoring opportunity. Otherwise, I think they played really well and keeping you guys out of your half and continuing to be aggressive and striking the ball from all different points. I mean, I know we got the stats. We don't have necessarily a spray chart, but they took a lot of shots from a lot of places, and I'd like to see them continue to do that in the second half rather.
Kara Dietrich with 5 shots. Obviously, she is the superstar coming in with 22 goals. Is she the key to breaking through in this game for the Knights?
Honestly, I think the key is her ability to keep taking her opportunities. I think the key to victory in the second half is watch the play of number 15, Riley Faulkner, the play of Zeta Holloway, who had that first half goal for the Knights, and the play of McGarvey, who's been playing out here on the wing. There's a lot of opportunity along the line and to stay wide for the Knights when they get up on offense. I think those 3 young ladies are going to be the keys to victory in the second half.
Rocco, thanks so much for your time. Good luck, in the second half. It should be a fun one to finish this out.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. You guys do a really good job here. Second only to us, and I appreciate the opportunity, the time to come on, and I hope you guys all stay healthy in the second half.
Rocco Jeppy, never shy from throwing a shot here and there, but all in good fun with the collegial atmosphere that we have here between these two neighboring rivals. We'll be back with halftime stats after a short break. Back here in Columbia, Maryland for the second half of the Region 20 Division II Championship game between the Howard Dragons and the CCBC Essex Knights. First half, really just a tale with CCBC Essex with 17 shots, Howard with just 4, and yet it was the Dragons who scored first on a header by Madeline Nichols off of the free kick set piece of Claire Janish. For Essex, they were able to tie it back with just 2 minutes remaining in the first half on the bombing run by Zeta Holloway, and just like that, we have a tie game 1-1. And just like that, the second half is underway. And the Knights will take a very similar approach to what Howard did in the first half of just hitting it towards the corner on the first touch. And we'll win a throw-in off of it. Both teams back to their original starters for the start of the second half. Stangerlin hits it up, and it's played out by Sam Wilson. Played forward and hit out, and Dragons are now able to move forward a little bit. Nichols plays into the box. Harriets is in. Harriets gets a touch and unable to turn and shoot as it was cut out at the last second by Warnes. Jackson pinches up, tries to take it off McGarvey, who gets it forward. Holloway. Stangerlin makes a nice turn, plays it in to Nichols. Nichols still playing. Janish gets it wide to Harriets. Harriets. It is going to be Servetus. And Hatmaker and Dietrich throwing shoulders into each other and able to roll it out for a throw-in. Some chippiness going on between the two teams and the referee trying to get control of this game. Servetus again able to hit it out as the chippiness continues between, it looks like that was Scott and Servetus who are having some very subtle jabs, more in a figurative approach than literal. Scott tripped up by Warnes, and now the Dragons again with a great opportunity. This one is just outside of the corner of the 18-yard box. And Janish will slowly walk forward. Janish puts it into the box, and this one actually will sail over the net. And not the best effort by Janish. Not sure if she was trying to catch Holland off guard and go for a shot under the guise of a cross. Either way, just was not effective. Hit forward by Holland. Zubak and Faulkner tangle arms. Jackson gives it away, and now Hosier gets it forward to Holloway. Holloway cuts it inside, shot by Holloway, saved by Murray. Zeta Holloway, the first half goal scorer, And it was not too dissimilar from that exact play. This time, Murray able to get her paws on it. Stangerlin tries to flick it over Holloway and is able to do just that. Stangerlin tries to turn the corner, gets it around. What a play there. Gets it off by Morris. Plays it forward for Scott. Scott trying to get there first. Knocked over by Caroline Warrens. And no call is fouled. Scott just got bowled over by Warrens. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Dragons in the end. Jackson gets it into Scott. Scott able to turn. An off-balance chip into the box and will just be hit out by Warrens. And Warren's grabbing her stomach. Not sure if she took a piece of arm as well on that play. Stangerlin able to get control of it. Gets it back to Jackson. Plays it into Scott, who tips it to Nichols. Nichols back to Scott. A nice little 1-2, but cut out by Wilson. Stubbs goes to the corner for Harriet and forces the ball to be played out by Servetus. Zubak gets around her defender. Zubak plays it in. Nichols is onside. Madeline Nichols crosses it in, and it's going to be over the head of Stangerlin. Stangerlin chases it down, plays it back to Jackson. Jackson gets it to the middle. She's going to get a second try at it. This time she will get a lot more air on it, and it's going to go all the way to Holland, who collects. Ball bounces past Stangerlin. Knight's able to get it forward, and Jackson just has to play it out. Dorr gets to the corner to Holloway. Holloway trying to get around Jackson. She crosses it into the box. Hatmaker cuts it out in front of Dietrich. Dietrich does pick the ball up in the box. Dribbles backwards. Lays it off for Hosier. Blocked again. Blocked a third time by Howard. And good defensive stand for the Dragons. Now they'll try to counter. Stangerlin plays it forward for Scott, and it's taken out by Wilson. Nauman on the second try. Wilson misplays this one. Scott chasing it down. And Warrens hits it out of play, and it will be a couple substitutions. Entering in the game for the Dragons, number 3, Tessa Sonati. And for the Knights, number 1, Jessica Morris. So good run by Scott, and she will get a break as a deserved rest for her efforts. And it's going to be a goal kick for the Knights there. And for the Knights, Jessica Morris comes back in as she replaces Lydia Morris. So Stangerlin moves up to the front line for Howard, with Sonati taking over her spot at left midfield. Holloway flips it forward. Janish will play it across the field as Stubbs has room to work with. Goes wide to Harriet. And was just a little too slow with that one as Servetus just able to pressure that ball away. Dragons just need Harriet to play a little bit quicker. Maybe perhaps using a one-touch pass there to keep it going. Wilson able to play it forward twice. Sonati will get it. Nichols is on the run. Madeline Nichols. And taken away by Caroline Warrens. Another big interception for Warrens. Now it's going to be the Knights going the other way. Good job by Stubbs to just slow down the counterattack. Servetus goes inside to a wide open Hosier. Flips it forward to Dietrich. She'll get around Hatmaker. Flips it forward to Holloway. Holloway able to cut it inside her left. Shot saved on the near post by Haley Murray again. Haley Murray able to get low on that shot and just take it out, as that ball was definitely going to go into that bottom right corner. Dorr gets inside to Dietrich. Dietrich tries to flip it to the back post. McGarvey chases it down. Stubbs all over her, and Stubbs gets inside and takes it away. Good job by Josie Stubbs. Dietrich gets in, and once again it's Hatmaker taking it off her foot. Stangerlin will play it long. Nichols going to try to chase it down. Wilson first to it, and she will play it over to her center back partner of Caroline Warren, excuse me. Holloway just did not see Stangerlin coming from behind her, and Stangerlin takes it off her foot. Snoddy pokes it to Stangerlin. Back to Sonati. Gets around her defender. Sonati, one-on-one. She will go to the far side where Harriet has room to work with. Rebecca Harriet crosses into the box. And just over the head of Nichols. Zubak able to chip it back in. And a good play by Sam Wilson to come flying across. Clears it out. Played wide again. Harriet this time will cut it inside. Goes across the field. Morris. Zubak heads it forward. Stangerlin is running onto it. Talia Stangerlin gets inside. Shot! Saved by Holland. And Stangerlin just reacted to that before any of the Knights defenders did. Unfortunately for the Dragons, was unable to get it around Holland. Zubak gets to it first. Now Howard on the front foot. And Nichols forces it out for a throw-in. Entering the game for the Dragons, number 14, Anna Burns. So Burns will replace Stangerlin. That's Stubbs who gets it forward. Harriet gets to the box. Burns will chase it down, and again, no communication from the Knights defense. Wilson had time, but just played it out safely. Harriet will just bomb the ball straight up and headed away by the Knights. Now, can McGarvey get forward? She gets around Stubbs. It's going to be a 2-on-3. McGarvey with Dietrich there to help her. Holloway trying to get there in time to assist. She'll play it over to Dietrich and taken away by Hatmaker, who read that one all the way. Now Harriet will look forward and put a little bit of a slice on that one as that went out of bounds. Played forward by the Dragons. Nichols fighting through a couple of Knights. Can't win it. Stubbs does get it to Nichols. Now it's going to be Harriet's. And again, a key interception by Wilson. That center back pairing of Wilson and Warrens. They've been busy but have done the job. Morris gets there first for the Knights, and Janish will just play it out. Entering the game for the Knights, number 7, Kaylin Lapointe. So Kaylin Lapointe will make her first appearance of the game, as number 3, Sam Dorr will get her first break of the contest. Lapointe immediately gets involved. Lapointe. And the referee, in a disagreement with head coach Kate Seagroves, and now has changed his mind from a throw-in to a foul. It seems out of just spite of Coach Seagroves. A bizarre call by the referee. And definitely some tension going around in this arena. Kicked in. Lapointe able to get it to Holloway. Holloway is able to turn towards the goal. Holloway chips it in towards Dietrich. Dietrich cuts it to her right foot and just surrounded by dragons as they're able to clear it out. Morris gets around Sonati, plays it wide to Holloway. Holloway with a good chip into the box, headed away by Hatmaker, and Harriets will finish the job as it will be a throw-in for the Knights. Entering the game for the Knights, number 9, Asha Hill. So Hill will replace Holloway on the right side of the front line for the Knights, and will immediately take the ball to the corner and wins a corner kick for her team. This will be Samantha Hosier. Hosier, long ball into the top of the box, headed by Dietrich, well wide of the net, and it will go out for a goal kick. Haley Murray will kick it forward. Burns, a nice touch around Morris, and Burns unfortunately tried to take a long touch to get forward, and it goes just out of bounds. Jessica Morris, high throw in. It's going to fall to Faulkner. Faulkner looking for somewhere to go with it. Hatmaker comes out of nowhere to take the ball away. Now Hatmaker with her head up. She'll hit it long for Nichols. Nichols flicks it forward to herself. Sonati takes away from Morris. Sonati will try a long shot, and it will go wide of the net, but a good effort by Tessa Sonati. Sonati trying to take it away from Morris. Morris gets it wide to Hill. Hill looking for somewhere to go with it. She ends up dribbling around Jackson, but Sonati comes back to take it. Hatmaker, one time to Nichols. Nichols gets a touch on it. Nichols to the box. Madeline Nichols shot saved by Holland. Madeline Nichols with an amazing effort to settle that ball down, dribble towards the box, and just couldn't get it around Holland. And it's going to be a foul on the handball by Howard. And now it's going to be the Knights coach, Joe Fehler, who's trying to motivate his team to get forward. from half field. Puts it all the way in the box. Hill gets to the ball. Hill trying to get around Janish, and Janish clears it out. It is going to roll out for a throw-in. This will be Morris slowly walking all the way up the field to take this throw-in. She finds Dietrich, who's again being shadowed by Hatmaker, and Hosier on the second attempt will just hit it out for a goal kick. Entering the game for the Dragons, number 2, Talia Stangerlin, and number 24, Yassine Kamara. So Stangerlin and Kamara in, Harriets and Burns out. Hill trying to get through Sonati. This one's going to be found to Hosier. Hosier does a good job of dribbling around Howard. And Hosier just grabbing all over Nauman, and this time the referee will finally blow his whistle. And the Howard faithful giving a sarcastic applause to the referee for that one. Janish from her own half hits it low. Flipped forward. It is going to have backspin on it, goes all the way back to Warrens, and Warrens goes to midfield and out of play. Jackson throws it short to Sonati, fending off Hill, who's right on top of her. Faulkner looking for somewhere to go that she'll flip it forward to Hill, chasing after Janish. Curls it to keep it in play. First time hit back in, and again Janish will just clean it up. Now she'll go long. Servetus turned around trying to find it. She'll misplay the first time. Nichols trying to get inside. Nichols takes it away. Madeline Nichols plays it to Kamara. Kamara dribbles in, and her first touch is just too heavy as it will go to Holland. But a great counterattack by the Dragons. Just couldn't quite get the shot off. Zubak wins that off the punt and taken away by Morris, but Howard will have the throw in. Kamara tripped up by, it's going to be a foul called on Kamara as she ran into the foot of Hosier and was called for the foul. Wilson, long ball forward. Janish plays it wide to Jackson, a little too hard, and the Knights will make a triple sub. Entering the game for the Knights, number 3, Sam Dorr, number 16, Lydia Morris, and number 20, Zeta Holloway. So Dorr, Morris, and Holloway replaced LaPointe, Morris, and McGarvey. Into the box. Faulkner goes for the shot and just pulls it wide. A great opportunity for the Knights. Just could not find the net on that one. And Dragons just a little slow to react on the defensive side on that play. Zubak gets it over to Nauman. Nauman forward. And good pressure by Kamara to force Wilson played it out of for a Dragons throw-in. Jackson will come all the way up the field to take the throw in. Gets it to the corner for Kamara, who's holding off Wilson. Kamara tries to get around Wilson, and Wilson pokes it away. Good defense by her. Dorr lays it off for Holloway, who just boots it up the field, but nobody there for the Knights. Janish able to have the time to turn and look. Good play by Sonati to check back for the pass. Good turn. Nauman lays it off for Sonati. And Howard now able to get some sustained possession. Zubak will go for the long ball towards Nichols. Servetus able to chest and knee it away. Jackson under pressure from Holloway. Plays it back to Janish. Sonati under pressure. Gets around Lydia Morris. Zubak. And played out by Wilson. And Lillian Scott will return to the game for Howard. Entering the game for the Dragons, number 9, Lillian Scott. Zubak. Long throw in. Warren tries to curl it around, and she does just that. It somehow stays in. Holloway gets it inside the door. Dietrich flicks it forward. And Dietrich holding the back of her knee. Play will continue as Faulkner gets it wide to Holloway. Holloway chips into the box. Janish heads it straight up in the air a second time. Faulkner on the volley and slices it wide. A good counterattack opportunity for the Knights, as that will go down as their 21st shot. They've had 9 on goal. And we will keep an eye on Knights star forward Kara Dietrich as she continues to grimace a little bit walking around. Sonati looking the other way. Tessa Sonati plays it forward, and Servetus just able to get her foot in the way, and it was key that she did because Stangerlin had room to run behind the defense. Holloway just dribbles around the Dragons midfield. Holloway still with it. Gets it wide to Hill. Hill gets around Stubbs. Now Stubbs recovers. Stubbs trying to shield off Hill. Still, and the referee will signal it's out of play. And we're not sure who was the last to touch it, and the referee will now say goal kick. And frankly speaking, I'm going to guess that was a bit of an estimation on his part, as it was impossible to see who last touched it when it went out of play, as he didn't even know it was out of play until he was alerted to his assistant referee that the ball was out. Murray. Zubak gets control for Howard. Zubak plays it long. This is a good through ball. Warrens with Scott chasing her down. Kamara first 2 on that, and she just again hits that a little too heavy on the touch. And if she was able to settle that down, she would have had a glorious opportunity on goal. Faulkner gets it wide to Hill. Hill gets into the box. Hill shot right into the chest of Haley Murray. Murray boots the ball up the field. Servetus. Kamara able to chest it down. She plays it, and once again it's Servetus who is in the right place to cut out the pass. Zubak. Now she'll look to the corner and overhits that pass. Dragons right now with Scott and Kamara on the front line, and you have to wonder how much longer Coach Seagroves will have her star forward, Madeline Nichols, playing in the midfield when they really need her to push forward on the attack. Long ball forward, and again, Wilson is there just to hit it out of play with under the pressure of Scott. Entering in the game for the Dragons, number 5, Rebecca Harriet. So Harriet's will come in as Sonati will get a quick rest. Played out. Harriet's points to where she wants Jackson to go, but gives it away to Holloway. Holloway plays it up the field, and Dietrich, again, just doesn't look like she's at 100%. Now she's going to try to chase down Jackson, wins the ball away. Holloway gets to Faulkner. And Faulkner will play that way too far for any of her teammates to get to. Jackson goes to the sideline. Harriet's heavy touch. Holloway with a great turn around Jackson. Holloway now with an opportunity to dribble in. Cuts it back to her left foot. Little backspin. Shot by Dorr. That is blocked away. Now it's going to be Holloway with an opportunity. And Harriet's just pokes it off her foot, but it's going to be a Knights throw-in. This is going to be Morris. Finds Dorr on the throw-in, and she is adjudged to have handled that. I had mentioned that Tessa Sonati was going to get a quick break. Didn't know how accurate that would be, as she is already ready to check back into the game. Janish, big kick to the sideline. Harriet's with a great first touch to get it to Kamara. Kamara turns and will play to the other side. Stangerlin's going to try to chase this down. She is pushed in the back by Hill and wins a foul. Good job by Stangerlin to turn on Hill, get the position, and feel the contact. And now the Dragons are able to get forward. Nichols pushes all the way into the center of the box. Now the Knights are going to try to push up to the 18-yard line as a unit. Janish, beautiful chip into the box. Holland comes all the way out and will just catch that one cleanly. Holland, topspin on that punt. Faulkner will play it around Jackson. Holloway off to the races. Janice trying to cut it off and is able to do so. And Janice took a good angle on that one. Entering the game for the Dragons, number 3, Tessa Sonati. And for the Knights, number 18, Lydia McGarvey. So McGarvey will go in for Hill on the far side, as will Sonati will replace Stangerlin. And for the Dragons, another like-for-like sub on the wing midfield, which means Nichols continues to play in the central midfield position. Thrown forward, Zubak rises up and heads it out. And that is out for a Howard throw-in. Jackson goes short to Harriet. Holloway pokes it away from her. Holloway gets to the inside. Finds a wide open door. And that pass, ill-advised. Sonati right in the right place to take it away. She'll go early, trying to find Kamara. And again, it is Elena Cervetis. Faulkner, Hatmaker, bullied off the ball. Dietrich gets inside. Dietrich with a shot deflected by Janish, and a good job by Murray to keep it in play. So you see the skill of Dietrich on display there. But Howard able to get enough on it to stop it from going towards Haley Murray. Just 10 minutes remaining in this tense atmosphere. That will go out of play, and we will have a sub for Howard as Nauman will come back in. Entering the game for the Dragons, number 16, Jenna Nauman. And finally, Seagroves does put in Nauman to go into the center midfield role, which means Kamara will come out and Nichols moves back up to that forward line. Sonati inside. She finds Nauman. Nauman plays it to the corner. Scott has room to cross it. She gets in a great cross. Headed back down by the Knights and then cleared out by Sam Wilson. Zubak first to it. I believe that was deflected. We'll see if the referee calls that. And referee does not see that. It will be given to the Knights as a throw-in. Servetis. Zubak gets plowed through on the follow-through, but is able to get it forward. Servetis plays it to the middle dangerously. And a good play by Warrens to get it out. Hosier finds Holloway on the wing. Holloway will just boot it up the field, almost like a football punt there, and trying to hit it to the coffin corner. Faulkner first to it, second to it, gets it up to Dietrich. Dietrich plays it around Holloway, nicely weighted pass there by Holloway. Holloway gets around Jackson. She will cross it in low. Nauman mishits that clearance. It falls to McGarvey. And Howard able to make it just uncomfortable enough to not allow McGarvey to get that shot off. Another good opportunity for the Knights. Long punt forward by Murray. Bounces over everybody. Wilson finally does clear it out. Holloway gets around Zubak. Harriet's trying to support Holloway, still with the ball, and will kick it over everyone until it slowly rolls to Haley Murray. Murray in that bright pink goalkeeper uniform. You can see that thing from this space. Morris heads it forward. Faulkner gives it back to Morris. Good one-touch passing there. Holloway now looking up. She'll look to switch the field. Finds McGarvey. McGarvey gets around Sonati. McGarvey gets it forward to Dorr now. And a strong play by Jenna Nauman. And Dorr is called for the holding. And once again, the Howard fans applauding the efforts of Nauman. We have just 6.5 minutes left in this second half. Every second that ticks down just makes things just that much more intense. Janish slips on that free kick. Fortunately for her, it bounces off of Dietrich, and it's going to be a Howard throw-in. And that will go out, and it will be a substitution for the Knights. Entering the game for the Knights, number 1, Jessica Morris, and number 9, Asha Hill. And that is going to be a handball called on the Knights. Servetus can't get it past Zubak. And now Sonati gets it around Servetus. Howard on the counter. Sonati cuts it inside. Fast break opportunity, gets it forward, and it hits off the back heel of Lillian Scott. Zubak will hit it into the box. There's a lot of white shirts there, but in the end, Holland fumbled it at first, but able to pick it up on the second try. Under 5 minutes remaining now. And Holland bails her team out there as there were more white shirts than blue on that play in the box. Zubak with a mortar shot forward. Misplayed by Wilson. Nichols is in. Madeline Nichols gets into the box. Her shot saved by Holland. What a huge play by Jennifer Holland to save the Knights on that one. As Madeline Nichols was trying to put it into the bottom left corner of the goal, and Holland quick to react to it. And another handball is called on the Knights. And fans on both sides reacting strongly as they are enjoying how good of a game this has been. The Knights fans exploded there in triumph by that save of Holland. Janish puts it into the box. Nichols comes to it. She flicks it backwards into the box. Bodies flying everywhere. Dietrich wins it off of Hatmaker, now nutmegs her, but unable to get around Hatmaker in the end. Now Hill, good pressure by her, and Hill is said to have clipped the foot of Hatmaker. We are starting to enter that territory of next goal wins. And every possession just matters that much more. Janish. Once again, we'll get the opportunity to put this in the box. She hit this low, scuffed that one. Dietrich can't get it past Hatmaker. Hatmaker blocked by Dietrich. McGarvey does a nice turn on Stubbs, but McGarvey is all alone, and Hatmaker from behind gets the ball cleanly. Jackson just plays it wide. Does not see that Morris is there. She'll play it to the corner. Jackson's going to be first too, but McGarvey is giving chase. Finds Zubak, but Zubak on the turn can't settle it down. 2.5 remaining. Dietrich plays inside, nobody there. Hatmaker will just clear it out. Good find by Hosier. Janish. And they're just playing pinball soccer right now. This is going back and forth between the two teams. Hosier tries to go to the corner to Hill. Hill gets it to Dietrich. Kara Dietrich dribbles it to the corner as Hatmaker will give chase. Dietrich able to turn towards the goal. Gets it around Hatmaker, and Stubbs is there to help her midfielder out and clear it out of the play. It is going to be a corner kick for the Knights. Hosier takes it quickly. Hill, swing and miss on that one. Faulkner taken down to the box. Shot by Hill is saved by Murray. Play will continue. Shot by Dietrich. That will go wide. And a heart-palpitating moment for both sides. Entering the game for the Dragons. Number 2, Talia Stangerlin. So Stangerlin, with just a minute remaining, will replace Scott. Zubak plays it back to Jackson. Nichols, she'll play it long. Sonati is there. Tessa Sonati behind the Dragon. She plays it to Stangerlin. Stangerlin into the box. Goal! Talia Stangerlin with 44 seconds remaining scores. Unbelievable! An incredible pass there as Tessa Sonati saw Stangerlin running into the middle of the box. She scores it, and the Dragons just 44 seconds away from winning the region championship. Dragons goal, scored by number 2, Talia Stangerlin, assisted by number 3, Tessa Sonati. 33 seconds remaining. Knights pushing everybody forward now. Thrown in. Push in the back. Knights will get one last chance at it. 15 seconds remaining. Dietrich will put the ball down. 10 seconds. Dietrich with the shot. Saved by Murray, and that's going to be it. The Dragons win the championship. What an unbelievable game we see here as the Dragons pull out the last-minute goal to win it. Folks, you will not see a better game on this field, as that was just a fantastic game from start to finish, and the Dragons come away as the Region 20 Division II champions. We will take a quick break here and be back with you for the award ceremony. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention to the middle of the field for this award ceremony. First, the all-tournament team for the Region 20 Division II tournament. From Potomac State, number 21, Teresa Lambert, and number 22, Cassidy Wallace. From Southern Maryland, number 10, Micaiah Lloyd, and number 14, Kayla Venice. From the Knights, number 10, Kara Dietrich. Number 20, Zeta Holloway. And number 11, Sam Wilson. From the Dragons, number 7, Kayla Hatmaker. Number 2, Talia Stangerlin. Number 6, Madeline Nichols. And number 0, Haley Murray. Now, to present the runner-up trophy for the Region 20 tournament, the CCBC Essex Knights, led by Coach Joe Fiedler. And the tournament trophy champions, the Howard Community College Dragons. Congratulations to both teams who will advance to the Mid-Atlantic District Championships, which will be played next weekend, starting with the semifinals on Friday, May 21st. Well, that'll do it for us here in Columbia. A fantastic championship game with the Dragons taking it in dramatic fashion. We will be back with you next Friday as the two teams will face off, or excuse me, will take on the Mid-Atlantic District Tournament, and that will be on Friday, May 21st at 3 p.m. with more information to be announced. You can get all of that at www.howardccdragons.com. We appreciate your attendance in today's game, whether you're in person or from the virtual. Final score, Howard 2, CCBC Essex 1.